Hello guys and welcome to Laravel 9 tutorials. So guys, in this video we are going to discuss about how can we get user location using his/her IP in Laravel 9. As you can see, I have already created a notepad file right here on my desktop in which I have defined all the necessary steps in order to reduce the time of this specific video and to, let's say, make it easy for you. Okay, so yeah guys, let's start and let's move to step number 1, which says that in order to implement this functionality we need to create a fresh Laravel project. If you have Laravel globally installed, you can simply use this command. Okay, otherwise you can simply use this command. I want to discuss some points right here. For example, if you don't want to create a fresh Laravel project to implement this functionality, it's totally up to you. You can use an existing project just like me. I'm not going to create a fresh Laravel project because I already have one. Right here you can see location. Okay, next step, since this video is just for the demo purpose, so I'm not going to create any database and I'm not going to save any data for this because it's just for the demo. But in your case, for example, if you want to keep track of your user, for example, from which city he is, or let's say if he's trying to access the application from a different location, you can keep track and you can prompt him just like Facebook does. If you move from one country to another country, Facebook, and you try to log into your Facebook application, it is going to ask you, you need to verify using OTP or 6-digit code, etc. Okay, so for that purpose, you need to have a database and you need to keep track of your user, let's say IP, country, city. Okay, you can simply get it using this package. We are going to discuss it. Okay, so yeah guys, in your case, if you want to create fresh Laravel project, it's totally up to you. If you want to use an existing project, again, it's totally up to you. So now let's move to second step, since I already have my project right here. Okay, so second step says that we need to run read server, and for that I need to access git bash. So now I'm going to access my project, cd c XAMPP htdocs, and project name is location. Then I can simply do npm install and then npm run dev. Okay. Now just a second guys. Okay guys, so now I need one more instance of git bash. Why? Because we need to install this package and we need to let's say configure a controller, etc. Because right here we are just running our read server. So let's just right click git bash. And once again I'm going to access my project, cdc XAMPP htdocs location. Okay, now I can simply use this command right here. In my case, I already have this project because I did it for the demo and for the Hindi Urdu lecture, so I already have it, but I'm just going to show you that it's working. Okay, and then I'm just going to hit enter. Since I already have that, it is not going to take much time, but yeah. So let's wait. Okay guys, so it's done. Now we have successfully completed step number 3 as well. Now let's move to step number 4, which says that we need to create a method to fetch the location. So yeah, let's make a controller for that. So php artisan make controller, and the name would be location controller, just like that. Okay, now let's try to access this controller. Let's move to our project and let's do a search location controller. Now first of all I need to include this because we are going to use this package, that's why. Okay, so right here, and that's it. Now let's make a method, public function, and the name would be index in this case. And let's do, for example, $static IP. In this case we are going to use a static IP since I will be using my IP, that's why. Okay, so right here we can simply define our IP, and then we can simply do user info equals to location. We are using location from the package Steve Bowman. Okay, and simply get, and right here we can define our IP, static IP, just like that. Okay, and then we can simply do dd and dump user info. Okay, But in order to get the result, we need an IP. So let's move to Google, and right here you can search what is my IP address, and you will be able to get your public IP, okay, not the local. So I know it's hidden because it is confidential, so I'm just going to copy my IP from right here, okay. And one thing that we are using Steve Bauman location package, okay. So let's move to Sublime, and right here I'm going to define my IP, which is hidden from you, but you can use your own IP. And yeah guys, now it's time to test, and for that we need to create a route. So web.php, let's create a route, and let's say get location, okay. And then we can simply do app http controllers, and then our controller location controller @index method, because we are hitting index method, okay. Now let's try to test it. Let's move here, and for that we need to run our project. So php artisan serve port 8080, since my port 80 is SQL is using port 80, that's why I have to use 8080, okay. So now let's try it here, okay. And now let's move to location, which is our route, okay. So right here you can see the details, which is hidden from you, I know, but you can see your details and you can verify that that it's working perfectly fine. And this actually this package is just amazing, okay. So I know it's hidden from you, but you can verify it using your own let's say details, country, IP, etc., okay. Yeah guys, so this was using this method was actually for the demo I'm using static IP, because I don't we cannot use let's say localhost IP. It is going to return a false for you, okay. But for example, now let's take an example. For example, you want to get your specific user. In that case you need to get the dynamic IP, because every time that IP will change. So in that case you don't need a static IP and you need a dynamic IP. For example, how can you get that? Let's say your user is filling the registration form, you can actually get it from there, okay. Now let me show you how. Let's move to location controller, and right here I'm going to type request, since we are going to use request. In that case, okay, this is just for you, okay. For example, let's say you want to use it in your application, you can do that. I'm just going to comment static IP line, and I'm going to move forward right here, and dynamic IP equals to, and then you can simply do $request, not require but request, just like that, and the IP, and you will get your user IP. So let's say your user is filling the registration form. When he is done submitting, you can catch him right here on the method side, okay. So I hope it is clear, but in this case we cannot use that because we don't have any request coming from, since it is just for the demo purpose. And for this case we are going to use static IP, which is hidden from you. I have uncommented it right here, okay. Now I want to show you one more thing. Let's say, for example, if you want to display that data somewhere, you can do that, okay. So let's do that, and for that we must have a view. So return view, which we are going to create right now, and the name would be, let's say, location, and then I can say compact, and then we can simply pass our user info, okay, just like that. So it's done. Now let's move to resources, views, and I'm going to create a new file, and let's copy the step number 5. In step number 5 I have some basic HTML, and I'm using that to display the data actually, okay. Now we can simply save it by the name location.blade.php, just like that, okay. So country name, country code, region name, city name, etc. Okay, now it's time to test this as well. Let's move here and let's hit this route again. Let's see what happens. Okay, so right here you can see all the details in the table. So yeah guys, that's it. Okay, and this is how you can get the dynamic user IP by using simply request IP. And for example, if you want to test in a local environment, you can use your own IP. In this case I'm using my own. So yeah, so that's how you can get all the user details right here. Okay, so yeah guys, that's it from this specific video. I hope you guys like this video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you, take care, and yes guys, be ready for the next one. Okay, take care.